Hey guys, what is up? My name is Lannon and welcome to the Jersey Zone. So today I wanted to do another Jersey history tier list video, and of course I'm going in alphabetical order. So next up is the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, like I said in my previous video, I think it would have been in my Boston video actually, all of the original 6 teams I'm starting from 1967. All jerseys before 1967 I won't look at unless I find them really cool and they haven't really done a throwback to them, or I've never seen them before, or anything like that. But if they've done throwbacks to them, I'm not really going to look at it just because it's going to be way too many jerseys for some teams. So I've decided just to start at 1967 because that's the expansion draft, so I'll go from there. But anyways, with that being said, let's get right into the tier list. Okay, so we're into the tier list here, and as you guys can see, there's not really a whole bunch of jerseys here. It's a pretty short list, and that's mainly because of the fact that the Chicago Blackhawks have barely changed their main home and away jerseys since like 1967. They've really barely touched them. They've done very, very minor tweaks. The reason that it's as long as it actually is because of all those outdoor games that the Chicago Blackhawks have played. If it wasn't for those, this would have like 4 jerseys on it, and that's about it, because they really have not changed a whole lot of their jerseys. But anyways, with that being said, let's get into it here. Let's start off with their 1965 to 1973 home jersey. Now, as you guys can see, like I said, there really isn't a whole bunch of difference in between this jersey here and their current away jersey. Really, the only difference is that collar itself. That's pretty much it. There is a tan outline around this logo. That is also another minor difference, but really, other than that, it's fairly identical. But I do really like these jerseys. I really like the away jersey. I think the striping on it works really, really well. So I'm going to throw these jerseys into the A tier. I really like these home jerseys here. And now onto their away jerseys. Once again, extremely similar to their current home jerseys. I'm going to throw these ones into, I think I'll throw them into the B tier. I do still like them a lot, but I don't think the striping works as well. I think the big white stripe on the bottom throws me off a little bit. I just think it works a little bit better with the white jersey. And now we're going to skip all the way to the 1991 to 1992 season, the 75th anniversary season of the NHL. Now, like I said, there was very, very minor changes in between these original jerseys here and the 1991-1992 season. All they really did in between those years was just change the outline with the number kit, as well as add a nameplate. And in 1981, they also made the stripes a little bit bigger, but that's all they really did in between those years. But with this 1991-1992 75th anniversary jersey, I'm quite torn on it, to be honest with you. It is the kind of barber pole jersey is what also some people kind of call it as well. And I half don't like it, but half really do like it at the same time. It is pretty ugly, but in most cases, I kind of like ugly jerseys, so I'm not quite sure where I want to put it, I'll be honest with you guys. I think for right now, I think I'm just going to throw it into the B tier, just to put it somewhere. At the end of the video, once I go over everything again, I'll put it into the place where I really do think I want it. Now we're on to the 1996 to 1999 third jersey, and man, I absolutely love this jersey. I think the black works really, really well with Chicago. I kind of like the fact that Chicago has started to wear some more black jerseys in the recent history, like they've done it for their Winter Classic as well as their reverse retro. I just think black works really, really well for Chicago. Maybe it's because they're called the Blackhawks. I don't know, but I just think the black, red, and white just works really, really well, especially in this case here. I just absolutely love this jersey. So for me, I'm going to throw it into the S tier. I think it's a gorgeous jersey. I love it a lot. But anyways, now let's move on to the Winter Classic jerseys. The Winter Classic jerseys are a bulk of this list because the Chicago Blackhawks have played so many outdoor games. There also is a Stadium Series jersey in here as well. I think there's 2. So let's start off with the 2009 Winter Classic. It is a version of the jersey that I'm wearing right now, although this jersey is a little bit different. This jersey is a Team Classic instead of just being the Reebok Winter Classic jersey, so it's a little bit different, but it is mostly the same, and I do not mind this jersey. Now, this is a black Chicago jersey, which I do really tend to like those, but this one's a little bit different. I'm not too sure exactly how I feel about this one. I do really like the cream color on this jersey. I like that part. My main issue with this jersey, though, is the logo itself. I'm not really a huge fan of it. I don't really love the fact that it has Chicago and Blackhawks going around the logo itself. And I just also much prefer the logo, the current one, I should say. I think it looks a lot nicer, especially when it's in an Adidas. It looks really, really nice in an Adidas. It has the chain stitching, so it looks fantastic. So for me, the logo does kind of hurt this jersey a little bit for me. I do still like it a decent amount, though. Like I said, I do really like that cream color, and I do like that it is a big stripe as well. I do like that fact. So for me, I'm going to put it right at the A tier, but it is going to be at the end of the A tier. It's pretty close in between a high B and a very low A. Now on to the 2014 Stadium Series. And this is another jersey where I like the jersey itself a lot, but it's the logo that kind of throws it down a little bit for me, and I don't really like the logo as much. And this one here, it's not the logo specifically that I don't like, it's the material that's used on the logo, and I'm not quite sure what the material is. I don't think you guys can see it that well in this picture here, but if you guys go and look up real pictures of this jersey, it's like a shiny one-layer material. I'm not sure if it's vinyl or exactly what it is. I've never seen these jerseys in person, but they did it a few times for the Stadium Series jerseys. They did it for this game here, which was between the Blackhawks and the Penguins, and then they did another one with the Kings and the Ducks, and then I think they did another one as well in between the Kings and the Sharks, I believe. But they did it a couple times there, and I just really don't like those logos. They remind me a lot of Fanatics logos, and I don't like Fanatics at all, so it is not a good reminder for me to have. But I'm just not really too sure why the NHL did that to these logos. I think it's a huge disservice, especially to the Blackhawks logo, which looks really, really good in multiple layers, especially, like I said, when it is chain stitched like it is on the Adidas jerseys. But yeah, I'm just really not a huge fan of that logo. It really, really hurts this jersey for me. But man, everything else about this jersey, I absolutely love. I love the striping on the sleeves right here. I think that looks great. Striping along the bottom is really, really nice as well. So this one is another hard one for me to rank. I think I'm going to put it right ahead of the 2009 Winter Classic jersey though, because like I said, I do like the logo a little bit better, but I still don't like the logo at all. So it is really tough with these jerseys, but everything else about the jersey I do absolutely love. So these jerseys are really, really tough for me to kind of rank here because it is those logos that are really bringing it down for me. Next up, onto the 2015 Winter Classic jerseys. These jerseys here are fairly similar to their current away jerseys. One of the main differences though is the shoulder patches have been moved down to the arms there, and I do really like that addition, or at least that change, a lot. I think it looks really, really nice. But the only thing that kind of bugs me is I feel like it's not centered properly. It needs to come down just a little bit more. For me personally, it needs to touch that bottom black stripe as well. It needs to touch both of them just barely, or at least the same amount. And the fact that it only touches the top one and doesn't touch the bottom one just kind of bugs me slightly. It's not really a huge deal, but it just irks me slightly. It almost feels like someone who was just designing a fan jersey would make that mistake, and not like an NHL team. I guess they did it on purpose, but I'm not really too sure why they would do that on purpose. It just doesn't feel right to me. So even though I do like the change of moving the shoulder patches all the way down to the arms there, they just didn't do it properly in my opinion, so it doesn't really work as well for me. And so for that reason, I am going to have to put it into the B tier. I'm going to put it right there. I like really everything else about that jersey though, but just that small little detail, it just irks me too much and it bugs me, and that's why I have the jersey where I have it. Next up, onto another Stadium Series jersey. This is the 2016 one, and I like this jersey quite a bit here. They basically made that arm patch work a little bit better than it did in the 2015 Winter Classic jersey. They did make the stripes pretty big here though. I'm not really too sure how much I like those stripes being that large, but I still don't overly mind it, and I like the separation of the arm patch with the stripes as well. I do think that is a nice touch, but for me, the collar is really where it shines. I do like that shoulder yoke, but I really do like that kind of white part of the collar, including the stars in it. I'm pretty sure those stars are there because of the Chicago City flag. I'm not 100% sure on that though, but either way, it doesn't matter to me because I think it looks nice, and I do like the numbers on the shoulders as well. I'm not sure if I like it there all the time, but I do like it on like different kind of specialty jerseys. I think it is a pretty neat touch. So overall, I like this jersey a lot. I'm going to throw it into the A tier. I think I'm going to throw it right behind this old home jersey, just because of the fact that, like I said, I'm not sure how much I really like those big stripes, but everything else about the jersey I really, really like. So that's where it's going to go for me. And now on to the 2017 Winter Classic, and this jersey is very, very similar to the 2015 one, just with a different logo, a black stripe at the bottom, and they fixed that arm logo and made it kind of centered properly. So I like that about this jersey. I do personally prefer their current logo over this one, and like I said, they fixed kind of my main gripes with this 2015 jersey, so I'm going to throw this one into the A tier as well, right behind that other Stadium Series jersey. And now we're on to their current home and away jerseys. Now I am using the 2019 to present jerseys instead of their 2017 to 2019 jerseys. That's just because I wanted to use the current jerseys instead of the previous ones. And if you guys don't know, it's just a very, very small change in between these jerseys and the 2017 to 2019 jerseys when they did switch to Adidas. The only difference being is on the home jersey, the white part, and on the away jersey, the red part of the collar just used to go all the way down to the neck there, instead of it cutting off basically at the shoulders here. That's the only difference. Like I said, I just wanted to use the current jersey instead of the previous one. So for me, the home jersey here, I'm going to put it right ahead of the old away jersey. Like I said, they're pretty much the exact same. I'm just going to put it ahead of that one just because I know the Adidas has the chain stitching. I'm guessing the older one didn't, just because of the fact that it's a lot older. Maybe it did. I don't really know, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that it didn't. And this one doesn't have the tan outline. I like it a little bit better without the tan outline. And then for their away jersey, I'm going to put it right ahead of the old home jersey for basically the same reasons as I just said with the home jersey there. And now on to their 2019 Winter Classic jersey, which they also have turned into a alternate jersey. At least I know they wore it as an alternate jersey last year. I'm not sure if they've done it this year, though. I'm not really too sure. I'm not sure if they're going to keep it around for next year and use it as an alternate. But that being said, I really like this jersey a lot. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love the collar on this jersey. It's probably my favorite part of it. Once again, I don't really love that logo. I much prefer their current one. But either way, I still really like it. I also love the striping as well. I love just how much striping there is. It's kind of ridiculous, but I do really like it as well. So I am going to put it right into the S tier here, behind that third jersey there. I think this one is absolutely gorgeous. And finally, onto their 2020 Reverse Retro. I do like this jersey a decent amount. I do still have some gripes with it. Once again, the logo, not a huge fan of, much prefer their current one. Although I do like the shoulder yoke at the top, as well as it being outlined in white. I think that's really nice. But another gripe that I have is I think I would like the bottom stripe to have a white outline above it as well. I think it would balance the jersey a little bit better. Maybe it wouldn't. I would have to go ahead and actually see how it looks and decide then. But I still don't mind the jersey. I think it is a decent jersey. It's kind of in the middle ground, I think, for me for those reverse retros. It's nothing really hugely special, but it's nothing awful at the same time. I think it's just fine. So for me, I think I'm going to throw it into the B tier right behind those home jerseys. Well, it is a home and away jersey right behind those red jerseys. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want this barber pole jersey, because I don't think I want it there. I think I like it a little bit more than that. Okay, so I changed a few things up here. As you guys can see, I moved the Stadium Series and the Winter Classic jersey down into the B tier. It's just those logos that are really doing it for me. I'm not a huge fan of those logos, especially that Stadium Series jersey. That's really something that bugs me a lot. I moved the barber pole and these two home and away jerseys up into the A tier. I do really like these jerseys a lot. I still am kind of just iffy on it. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of that logo, but I really do like that barber pole striping. I think it's just a lot of fun. It's very chaotic, but I do still like that a lot. But those are my changes. That's where I'm going to have the jerseys. As you guys can tell, I do like the Chicago Blackhawks jersey history quite a bit here. They don't really change their jerseys a whole lot unless it's a Winter Classic or a Stadium Series or a specialty jersey. But when they do change them, I tend to like the jersey a decent amount. So I do really like the Chicago Blackhawks jerseys. So that was my tier list there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you not? Let me know. And if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more jersey content. Also, make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at the Jersey Zone YT on Instagram and at the Jersey Zone on Twitter. Links are in the description down below. But like I said, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.